If you're starting with $0 saved, building wealth can feel almost impossible. You hear people talk about investing, compound growth, retirement accounts, and passive income. Meanwhile, you're just trying to make it to the next paycheck. But wealth doesn't begin when you finally have a lot of money. It begins when you build a system that keeps a small piece of your money working for your future. And if you're starting from zero, five rules matter more than almost everything else. Rule one: create a gap. There has to be a gap between what comes in and what goes out. That gap is where wealth is born, not your salary, not your job title, the gap. Someone can earn a high income and still build nothing if every dollar disappears. Someone earning less can still make progress if part of every paycheck stays behind. That doesn't mean cutting expenses is easy. Rent, food, transportation, debt, and family responsibilities can make almost everything. But before money can grow, some of it has to stop leaving. So if you're starting from zero, don't ask, how do I become rich? Ask, how do I keep my first $10? Then 50, then 100. The amount matters less at first than the habit. One of the easiest ways to build that habit is to save before you spend. If you wait until the end of the month to save whatever is left, there may be nothing left. Instead, move a small amount automatically when you get paid. $5, $10, $20. It may not look impressive, but it turns saving from a decision into a default. Rule 2: protect yourself before you try to get rich. When people hear build wealth, they often want to jump straight into investing. But if you have no financial cushion, one bad week can wipe out months of progress. A car repair, a medical bill, reduced work hours, a broken phone. Suddenly, the money you invested has come back out, or the expense lands on a credit card. That is why your first savings goal should be a small emergency buffer. You don't need to start with 6 months of expenses. That can feel too far away. Build it in layers. First, maybe $500, then 1,000, then 1 month of essential expenses. Then continue from there. An emergency fund is not there to make you rich. It's there to stop random life events from making you poor again. Rule 3: stop paying someone else's compound growth. Compound growth is powerful when it works for you. It's brutal when it works against you. If you carry high interest debt, especially expensive credit card debt, interest can quietly consume the same money you are trying to save. You make payments, but part of every payment goes towards interest instead of building your future. That creates a financial treadmill. You are moving, you are working, but your net worth barely changes. Not all debt is the same. A low rate mortgage is not the same as a high interest credit card, but expensive consumer debt deserves urgency. One strategy is to debt avalanche. Pay the minimum on everything, then send some extra money toward the debt with the highest interest rate. When the debt is gone, move that payment to the next one. Another method is the debt snowball, where you pay off the smallest balance first for faster psychological wins. The best system is the one you can actually stick with. Rule 4: make investing boring. This is where people get distracted. A stock jumps, crypto explodes. Someone online claims they found the next massive opportunity. Suddenly, slow investing feels boring. Good. Boring can be useful. You don't need to predict the next winning stock to build wealth. You need a repeatable process. For many people, that means regularly investing in diversified funds that spend money across many companies instead of betting everything on one idea. Diversification does not remove risk. Markets can fall. Nothing is guaranteed. but it reduces the chances that one bad investment destroys everything. Then automate it. If you have access to a workplace retirement plan, learn whether your employer offers a match. If you qualify for an IRA or another tax advantage account, learn how it works. Then contribute consistently when it makes sense for your situation. Even small amounts can matter because time gives compounding room to work. Imagine investing $50 a week for 30 years. At a hypothetical average return of 7%, that can grow to roughly $250,000. The return is not guaranteed. Markets move up and down, but the point is not the exact number. The point is that you would have contributed far less than the final balance. Over time, growth can begin generating more growth. At first, almost nothing seems to happen. Then time starts doing more of the work. Rule 5: increase your income without increasing your lifestyle at the same speed. Cutting expenses has a limit. Eventually, there's only so much left to remove. Income has more upside. You can build a skill, negotiate your pay, change jobs, freelance, start a business, earn a certification, create something people are willing to pay for. But there is a trap. Your income rises. Then your lifestyle rises immediately with it. A nicer apartment, a newer car, more subscriptions, more expensive habits. Soon, the raise disappears. This is called lifestyle inflation. You are making more money, but you don't feel any wealthier. So you make a rule before that raise arrives. When your income increases, send part of that increase towards your future before upgrading everything else. Maybe part goes to investing. Maybe part attacks debt. Maybe part increases your emergency fund. You can still enjoy your progress. The goal is not to be afraid of spending. The goal is to stop every raise from becoming a new permanent expense. This is where wealth can begin to accelerate. At first, you may only save $20 per paycheck, later 50, then 100, then more. The system grows with you, and that is what people often miss when they look at someone else's wealth. They see the large number. They don't see the years when it was small. They don't see the first automatic transfer, the emergency fund, the debt finally reaching zero, the boring investment that happened every month. Wealth often looks dramatic at the end, but the beginning is usually quiet. Create a gap. Protect yourself from emergencies. Eliminate expensive debt. Invest consistently. Grow your income without letting your lifestyle consume every raise. You don't need to do all 5 perfectly tomorrow. You just need to make the next dollar behave differently than the last one. Because if you are starting from zero, your first goal is not to look wealthy. It is to build a system that makes zero harder and harder to return to. And once that system is working, you're no longer starting from zero. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.